Welcome to Unjustified, where we always cover the truth, the facts, the good, the bad, the ugly, on an unbiased and sometimes very unpopular opinion. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe now and hit the notification bell, and that way you will receive all of our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for being here, and we do hope you enjoy today's video. Okay, y'all, this Debbie Collier case just continues to get more twists and turns. Nancy Grace has even stepped into it and gave her 2 cents, which I'm going to play for you guys in just a moment. Also, there has been body cam footage that has been released. This footage is from September of last year. However, I think it's a very telling how it can connect into this case as well. Okay, for any of you that did not see my last 2 videos, let me give like a little briefing. Okay, this is Debbie Collier. She went missing on September the 10th. The very next day, her body was found stripped naked at the bottom of an embankment 60 miles away from her home in Athens, Georgia. She was lying on her back, and her right hand was still grasping at a small tree. Her abdomen was charred and burned. Now that's what gets to me. She was burnt alive. There were evidence of a fire nearby, as well as a partially burnt blue tarp and a red tote bag. Her rented Chrysler Pacifica is what led the police to the location where she was. This vehicle was abandoned alongside the road, easily seen. The sheriff's office has not publicly identified any suspects or even persons of interest in the case as of the recording of this video. I think it's also very important to mention that police and investigators have ruled out the possibility that this was a kidnapping or abduction. Now, if you'll think on that just a minute, considering that her vehicle was found 60 miles from home, a very odd message, put everything together and think about the police investigators all already ruling out the possibility of a kidnapping or an abduction here. You think about that, it says a lot. It basically says that it wasn't a stranger that done this to her. It was someone she knows very well.
Somebody took my whole world from me. I started going to all the different places that I thought she would go, like Walmart, Ulta. I mean, I drove around for at least 2 hours. Immediate hysterical. I'd never been through this before. She was a beautiful, kind, giving woman. And she didn't deserve any of this.
Amanda says the last time she saw her mom was Friday night. She had this message for her mother's killer.
I just want them to rot in hell. I do, sir. I mean, it's not going to take my pain away. I know it's not. But I want justice for my mom.
But see, her daughter Amanda, she also has a very lengthy criminal history. And some of that does include domestic violence cases that involves several men stretching back more than a decade. Investigators did serve a search warrant at her home just days after her mother's remains were found. Her current boyfriend, Andrew Gingrich, 27 years old, has pleaded guilty to numerous offenses against Amanda Bearden. In the past 3 years, they have gotten back together and they've been spotted together at Amanda's home this week. On this body cam footage that you are about to see from last year of 2021, I will tell you that it does end with the boyfriend ultimately being arrested for violating the protection order. When he was arrested, he started crying when they took him into handcuffs, and he was pleading with officers to just let him speak to Amanda. So officers finally relented and told him that they had asked her if she was willing to talk to him, but moments later they informed him that she didn't want to talk to him. In the ride to the jail, he appeared agitated in the backseat of the police car. He started banging against the cage and crying, and concerned that he was going to be locked up until November. The officer was trying to comfort him, telling him that he would probably be free by the next morning. But he did maintain throughout the whole conversation with police that he does not use drugs, but that Amanda was using his money to buy her dope. But it was just last week that a judge put him back in jail again for 6 days on another probation violation.
I haven't recently, but she's still been taking money from my card. And that's the only reason we've had any contact, because every week she takes $500 or $600 from my check. And I just don't see how that's right. And she goes and does dope with my money. Like, I've made over $30,000, $40,000 this year, and I'm completely broke because she spends it all on drugs. And my issue, there's clothes in the house that is mine.
Could you tell me what happened when you came over here this morning?
I asked for my clothes, and she said I needed to leave. I just got here. I haven't done anything wrong. That window's been broke. Can I just leave if she's not going to give me my stuff? I really haven't.
We're just trying to figure out what's going on, because, beating on somebody's door this early, causing scenes. So, I understand stuff's been stolen or whatever.
She said to not ring the doorbell because the cat doesn't like it. I just knocked on the door a couple times. I haven't done anything that they're saying. I mean, they've already made false charges against me before.
So y'all were talking through the door at each other?
Trying to. But, I mean, if she wants me to leave, I'll leave. I didn't know.
All right, man.
Can I just go?
Just stand by with me so he can talk to her. What's your name?
Andrew. I just want to be done with her. I mean, she's been cheating on me. She's been doing drugs. I've never done any drugs in my life.
Have y'all had police involved before in y'all's business?
Yeah, and that's why I'm trying to get my money back, because we're not supposed to have contact, but she's taking $500 each check.
Why aren't y'all supposed to have contact, Andrew?
Because...
Is there like a court order?
I guess so. I don't know. I went to court a while back, but...
Did you get arrested?
I've been arrested before. The last time I got arrested because they falsified whatever. I mean, her mom... Dude, I don't know what the issue is here. I don't know why I'm so unliked. This girl got hit by a car, and I'm taking care of her. I don't know what the problem is.
Let's get in the shade.
I would just like to... I mean, I work hard.
Where do you work at?
Williams-Sonoma.
Williams-Sonoma. Okay.
I just want to know why it's okay for her to steal $600 a week from me, and I can't do anything about it.
It's not okay. So we're here now, so maybe we can help out.
Because last time I went to court, I mentioned that, and
what'd they say?
I mean, they pushed it back till another day. So
how does she have access to your money?
Well, long story short, when we were together, my phone broke. Long story short, I mean, she's manipulated me into all the where she could have all my money, basically do whatever she wants to me, kick me out whenever she wants, basically just do whatever. And it's okay because I'm a man. There's nothing I can do about it, other than just let her do it or leave.
But how does she? I'm asking.
Well, long story short, I didn't have a phone because my phone broke. So this is the dumbest mistake I've ever. We linked our cards together so she can send herself money from my card. So I mean, the first person to touch my money is her, and it's usually $500 or $600.
Where do you work? So how do you get paid through your job?
Well, I just recently switched it to a paper check, so she couldn't do that, and...
Okay. So you kind of took care of that problem.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still $4,000 that...
You got to go to court for something like that. If she's not willing to give you the money back, you got to take her to court, a civil court. Because y'all live together, so it's a civil issue.
Well, we don't live together anymore.
Y'all did, though.
Okay.
So...
I'm just trying to figure out, because I've told her, hey, don't take any of my money.
I think that the death of Deborah Collier is not random. There's no way. I mean, if somebody was coming in to burglarize or rob or even carjack her, they would, number one, if it's a burglar, leave immediately if they see somebody home, or kill them right there and get the hay out of there. Who goes to the trouble of taking her 60 miles away from Athens to Tallulah Falls at Tallulah Gorge and burning her body, carrying it down a ravine, trying to burn it, giving up halfway through? They've got a tarp. They've got a tote bag down there. They had to create a fire. That's what we call staging. And it tells me this is not random. I think that the husband is cooperating, but I do know this. Sources near the family say the family feels like they are being eyed as suspects because their words, not mine, their phones were confiscated and they were interrogated. They may feel that way, but that's SOP, standard operating procedure. And when your loved one goes missing or is found murdered, the eye is on you because you're closest to. She sent that bizarre text to her daughter saying, they're not going to let me go, and the key to the house is under the flower pot. My last words to my children, God willing, are not going to be the keys under the flower pot. And if she was found without her cell phone, then from where did she send that text, that very bizarre text? And she thought to Venmo her daughter $2,385 just with her dying movements and breath. None of that fits. I want to find out who bought that blue tarp. It's perfect for fingerprints. And I want to find out, did she drive herself there? Because the last time her husband saw her, that car was parked in their driveway Saturday morning when he says he went to work.
This gets deeper and deeper, Nancy. You wonder if there's a third party involved here. But is it possible that she did not send that final text message from her own phone?
Absolutely possible, and that's what I'm getting at. Remember Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie using her car, her gasoline, her credit cards, was coming all the way across the country on her cell phone going, hi, Granddad, blah, 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 trying to act like she was still alive? Now, I'm not pointing at any suspect, but what I am saying unequivocally is that I don't believe she sent that text. So who did? Who knew to send it to that daughter, Amanda? Who thought about the flower pot? Who would have that knowledge if it's even true? And why would they bother with a hoax of suggesting she's still alive? And another thing, who would park that rented vehicle that Deborah was using right there on the highway where anybody could see it, and then go all the way down the hill, start a fire, and try to burn her naked body? And where are her clothes?
Yeah, great
I wonder,
questions.
was she taken during the night?
This truly is a very heartbreaking case. I already have my speculations as to what I believe could have happened, just to think about what Debbie most likely suffered, went through, seen, and felt in the last moments of her life, especially if what I'm thinking could have been what happened. This should never happen. Completely unjustified. Rest in peace, Debbie. And I do hope you get justice. But being a mother, what would that justice be for you if what I believe happened? A mother never wants to see their child suffer in any way. I hope I'm wrong about this case. I truly hope to God I'm wrong. Thank you all so much for listening. And until next time, this is Unjustified. Thank you so much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave us a comment below on your thoughts of this video. And until next time, this is Unjustified.